Kind of all over the place today because we want to get you the latest information on the potential for some severe weather that is going to come in tomorrow into the afternoon. Give me just a second. We're going to get a couple of things sorted out here and we'll be good to go. For now, we are going to give everybody just a little bit of time to join on in here. And while we do that, comment down below where you're watching from. If you have any questions, we'll be glad to take them. But I'm going to get an alert sent out to our app and we will be ready to go here in just a little bit. Right, let's do that. And we are going to make sure we got audio. That's a thing that sometimes does not work. So while we are checking that, again, keep those comments, questions coming. Let me know where you're all watching from. All right, we got audio. That is good. So again, we'll get started here in just a little bit. We're going to give everybody just a little bit of time. If you're just joining us, I'm meteorologist Trevor Birchett with ABC 24 News in Memphis. We are going live today to give you all an update on the risk of severe weather in parts of the area tomorrow. Right now, as you can see, this is our current severe weather outlook. And it is a level 4 out of 5. That includes the city of Memphis and North Mississippi. Everybody else in that orange color is in the level 3 out of 5. And so these are all areas that have the potential to see some pretty rough weather going into tomorrow evening. Now, just because you're under this risk does not mean that your neighborhood specifically is going to see severe weather. We got a lot of people that see, when this happens, they say, well, you said we had a risk for severe weather and it didn't happen. Well, this doesn't mean everybody in that area is going to see severe weather. What that means is where the number is highest, which is the level 4 out of 5 in Mississippi, those are the areas that have the best ingredients for severe weather. But as I like to explain it, and as a few other meteorologists like to explain it, just because you have the ingredients does not mean you're going to get severe weather. Think about it as you're trying to make a cake. You can have all the ingredients. You can have eggs, flour, you can have your icing, you can have your toppings, whatever you want. But something has to come together to put all of those ingredients together. The ingredients themselves don't do anything. So what this risk is saying is all of the ingredients are there for severe weather. The question remains, when do we get a storm to come along? Where is that storm? And what does that storm produce? So we're going to have to wait to see that tomorrow to see exactly where those storms are going to pop up and what the risks are that they are going to bring. But what we can tell you is that everybody is under those ingredients and do have the potential to see some severe weather. Here's what we're thinking as far as our storm threats go, and what we're looking at here. This is if all of those ingredients come together right. The most likely thing you're going to see is damaging wind gusts, 60 miles an hour or more. That, of course, can knock out power. That can take down trees, things like that. Of course, a lot of folks already have their Christmas decorations up, so you want to be careful with those because those can easily blow away in winds like this. And of course, we know power outages happen here a lot, so plan ahead tomorrow to make sure your cell phone is charged. If you've got some of those portable batteries, those kind of things, go ahead and do that. Hail and flooding, I'm not super concerned with because these are going to be, yes, they're going to be heavy storms, but they're going to be moving pretty quickly. And then hail, you might see some, but it's not going to be anything too crazy. The thing that obviously gets people's attention, and that certainly has gotten our attention, is the tornado risk. Right now, we have that at a medium. And with the ingredients that are in place, if they all come together just right, some of those tornadoes could be strong, especially in northern Mississippi. You never want to think about that, but it's something that we want to talk about. And keep in mind, I know a lot of people tend to get worried, anxious, scared when weather comes around, and I do too. That's actually why I got into this, is because I used to be so scared of weather. I thought I could help people by, going into this field. So I totally get you if you're freaked out. That's not our goal here. We don't want to freak you out, but we do want to let you know to be aware. Something that helped me is, even if we have 200 tornadoes, we can have 100, 200, 300 tornadoes, the odds of your house getting hit are still very slim. But of course, with the odds of that happening at all, We want everybody to be prepared because it is a possibility. Let's go through the hour-by-hour forecast, because what this is going to show us is kind of when the storms pop up, where we expect them to pop up. And this is a brand new update. This just came in not too long ago. So starting off tomorrow by 11 a.m., I think we're going to see some storms in the area. Now, fortunately, those midday storms tomorrow, I don't expect them to be severe. Could be some heavy rain, maybe a little gusty wind. But if you're doing anything at lunchtime tomorrow, expect some rain. But I don't expect these storms at 11 a.m. to turn out severe. What we're really going to be watching for is into the afternoon. We get a little break from the rain, 2 p.m., 3 p.m., maybe even some sunshine popping out tomorrow, which would not be good. That just gives more energy for the storms. But watch what happens here. As we go into the afternoon and into the evening, we start to see some of those isolated storms pop up. One over here, one over there. And the thing is, some people could go all day tomorrow without seeing a storm. But the storms that do pop up could be severe. And really, that's going to be around dinner time, the highest threat, 6, 7, 8 p.m. Mainly, it looks like to the east of the Mississippi River and in northern Mississippi. That's going to continue through about midnight, especially over near Corinth and Selmer. And then all of those storms are going to move out by the time we get to Wednesday morning. I've been talking a lot about the ingredients just because I think that's the word that makes the most sense to people. You know, most people have no idea what any of these big terms are, and I'm not here to impress you. That's not my job, using these big terms like some folks do. I just want to show you where the highest risk is. So we call that the ingredients, or the energy that the storms need to produce severe weather. And as you can see, again, by lunchtime, not a whole lot, but by the time we get into the afternoon and the evening, that is where the storm energy kind of lights up across the whole area. So if we're going to see severe weather, it's going to be dinner time tomorrow and just after. Now I want to go back to our risk map. And this was last updated this morning. But I have a feeling by the time we get into the afternoon and the evening and they go ahead and update this, I would not be shocked at all for that highest risk to move just a little bit. I think the better ingredients are going to be really in Mississippi. And not to say that we can't get severe weather anywhere else. But that bullseye, the worst of the weather, likely going to be in Mississippi. So right now that level 4 does include parts of Memphis down to Tunica and Clarksdale. I would not be surprised. So here's that current risk right there. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they moved that to the east and maybe made that highest risk something like that. Maybe a little closer to northeastern Mississippi, Tupelo, Columbus, Mississippi, down to Jackson, kind of that area. So if this map changes a little bit later today or into the afternoon, don't be too surprised because I think that's just a better idea of maybe where those ingredients are setting up. And where has, let's say, the highest potential. If anybody's going to see severe weather, it's likely going to be somewhere down in that area. All right, like I said, we're streaming on Facebook, we're streaming on YouTube, we're on ABC 24+, we are everywhere. So if you're watching on a platform like YouTube that has the comments, the Facebook comments like that, go ahead and leave a comment if you have any questions. Let me know where you're watching from, and I would love to answer those questions and make this kind of interactive because I know going into an event like this, a lot of people have those questions and have concerns and want to be updated on exactly what is going on. I'm going to check my Facebook page here. And while we're doing that, I do want to remind you, of course, we live stream our coverage everywhere. So if you do lose power tomorrow and need to keep updated, you can find us on abc24.com. You can find us on the ABC 24 Plus app for Roku and Fire TV. You can find us on your ABC 24 app on your phone. We're streaming there right now. So if you do lose power, you're not stuck to watching just on TV. We've got several platforms that if inclement weather does strike, we will give you the latest app. And like I said, the app, also a great tool. You can download that ABC 24 on the App Store and on the Google Play Store. So just to recap before we get off of here, if anybody has any questions or comments, we will go ahead and hop off. But I do just want to leave you with another quick update. If you're just joining us, we do have a risk for severe weather tomorrow, especially tomorrow evening. That's Tuesday if you're watching a little later in the Memphis area. This is the latest risk map. It has that level 4 out of 5 in North Mississippi. I do think that risk might move just a little bit, maybe over to the east, maybe lower the risk for Memphis a little bit, but increase it in other parts of Mississippi. I really and truly believe with the latest data we're getting that really North Mississippi looks to have the highest risk. Storms can happen anywhere, but that's just the area that I'm keeping an eye on. Again, ingredients are there. The question is, do they come together? If they do, damaging wind gusts 60+ miles an hour, some hail, some flooding possible, and of course that tornado risk we got to keep a close eye on. So keep an eye on the weather, folks. Again, we don't want to scare you. We do just want you to stay updated, stay on top of that weather situation as we go through the next little bit. So we're going to go ahead and hop off of here. If you have any more questions, of course, you can find us anywhere, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even we have updates there. And for the latest updates and information, we're going to be live again for ABC 24 News midday at 11. We will see you then. But for now, we are going to sign off.